Section 450.15 of the National Electrical Code, specifically the 2005 edition, addresses the use of flexible conduit in transformer installations. The core principle revolves around mitigating the effects of vibration and physical damage. Where either of these factors is likely to occur, flexible conduit becomes a mandatory component. This requirement explicitly extends to both the primary and secondary connections of transformers. The rationale behind this regulation is multifaceted. Firstly, transformers, by their very nature, generate vibrations during operation. These vibrations can stem from the electromagnetic forces within the core and windings or from the cooling systems employed to dissipate heat. Rigid conduit systems, while robust, are less tolerant of these vibrations. Over time, sustained vibration can lead to loosening of connections, fatigue of materials, and ultimately, failure of the conduit system. Such failures can compromise the integrity of the electrical circuit, creating potential hazards such as arcing, short circuits, and even fires. Flexible conduit, on the other hand, possesses inherent damping properties. Its flexible construction allows it to absorb and dissipate vibrational energy, minimizing the stress on connections and the conduit itself. This significantly extends the lifespan of the installation and enhances its reliability. Secondly, the risk of physical damage to transformer connections is a significant concern in many environments. Transformers are often located in industrial settings, commercial buildings, or outdoor substations, where they are exposed to a variety of potential hazards. These hazards can include accidental impacts from moving equipment, falling debris, or even vandalism. Rigid conduit systems, while offering a degree of protection, are susceptible to bending, crushing, or fracturing upon impact. Such damage can expose conductors, create sharp edges that can damage insulation, and compromise the grounding path. Flexible conduit provides a greater degree of resilience in these situations. Its ability to flex and deform without fracturing allows it to absorb impacts and protect the conductors within. This reduces the likelihood of electrical faults and ensures the continued safe operation of the transformer. The specific types of flexible conduit that are suitable for transformer connections are outlined in other sections of the NEC. These include liquid-tight flexible metal conduit, often referred to as liquid-tight, and flexible metal conduit, commonly known as flex. Liquid-tight offers superior protection against moisture, oil, and other environmental contaminants, making it a preferred choice in damp or corrosive environments. Flex, while not as resistant to moisture, provides adequate protection in dry, indoor locations. The selection of the appropriate type of flexible conduit should be based on a careful assessment of the environmental conditions and the specific requirements of the installation. In addition to the type of conduit, the installation practices are also critical to ensuring the effectiveness of the flexible conduit system. Firstly, the conduit must be properly supported to prevent sagging or excessive movement. Unsupported conduit can be subjected to undue stress, which can reduce its lifespan and compromise its ability to protect the conductors. The NEC provides specific guidelines for the spacing of conduit supports, which should be followed meticulously. Secondly, the connections between the flexible conduit and the transformer enclosure or junction boxes must be made with approved fittings. These fittings are designed to provide a secure, watertight seal and to maintain the continuity of the grounding path. The use of improper fittings can compromise the integrity of the conduit system and create potential hazards. Thirdly, the length of the flexible conduit run should be kept to a minimum. Excessive lengths of flexible conduit can increase the impedance of the circuit, which can affect the performance of the transformer and increase the risk of voltage drop. In general, flexible conduit runs should be as short and direct as possible. It is also important to note that the requirement for flexible conduit applies not only to new transformer installations but also to existing installations that are being modified or upgraded. If an existing transformer is being replaced or relocated, the connection should be re-evaluated to determine whether flexible conduit is required. If it is not already in place, it should be installed to comply with the current edition of the NEC. The enforcement of Section 450.15 is typically the responsibility of local electrical inspectors. These inspectors are trained to identify potential hazards and to ensure that electrical installations comply with the NEC and other applicable codes. They may require the use of flexible conduit even in situations where it is not explicitly mandated by the code if they believe that vibration or physical damage is likely to occur. In summary, Section 450.15 of the 2005 NEC requires the use of flexible conduit on the primary and secondary sides of transformers where vibration or physical damage is likely to occur. This requirement is intended to protect the integrity of the electrical circuit and to prevent potential hazard. The selection of the appropriate type of flexible conduit, the use of proper installation practices, and the enforcement of the code by local electrical inspectors are all essential to ensuring the safe and reliable operation of transformer installations. The NEC provides a comprehensive set of rules and guidelines for electrical installations. It is essential that all electrical workers be thoroughly familiar with these rules and guidelines and that they follow them meticulously. Failure to comply with the NEC can result in serious consequences, including fines, project delays, and even injuries or fatalities. Therefore, it is imperative that all electrical installations be performed by qualified and licensed electricians who are knowledgeable about the NEC and who are committed to safety. Furthermore, understanding the specific nuances of transformer installations, including the flexible conduit requirement, is crucial for ensuring the longevity and safety of electrical systems. This knowledge empowers electrical professionals to make informed decisions and implement best practices, ultimately contributing to a safer and more reliable electrical infrastructure. Let's delve deeper into some practical aspects of applying Section 450.15 in real-world scenarios. Consider a transformer located in a manufacturing plant. The plant's machinery generates significant vibrations, and there's a constant risk of forklifts or other equipment bumping into the transformer. In this case, using liquid-type flexible metal conduit is highly recommended for both primary and secondary connections. The liquid-type feature protects against oil and coolant spills, while the flexibility absorbs vibrations and withstands potential impacts. The conduit should be securely supported with straps or clamps at appropriate intervals, and the fittings should be properly tightened to ensure a watertight seal. Another scenario involves an outdoor transformer in a substation. This transformer is exposed to the elements, including rain, snow, and sunlight. While vibration might be less of a concern here, physical damage from vandalism or accidental contact is still a risk. Again, liquid-tight flexible metal conduit is a good choice, providing protection against both moisture and physical damage. Additionally, consider using a conduit with a UV-resistant jacket to prevent degradation from prolonged sun exposure. The installation should also include grounding bushings to ensure proper grounding of the conduit system. Now, let's address some common misconceptions about flexible conduit. One misconception is that flexible conduit is only necessary for large transformers. This is not true. The requirement in Section 450.15 applies to all transformers, regardless of size, if vibration or physical damage is likely. Even small control transformers can benefit from the use of flexible conduit in certain environments. Another misconception is that flexible conduit is a substitute for proper support. This is also incorrect. Flexible conduit still needs to be supported at appropriate intervals to prevent sagging and stress. The support requirements are outlined in the NEC and should be followed carefully. Furthermore, it's important to remember that flexible conduit has limitations. It's not suitable for all applications. For example, it shouldn't be used in areas where it's exposed to extremely high temperatures or corrosive chemicals that could damage the conduit material. In these situations, rigid conduit or other specialized wiring methods might be more appropriate. In addition to the NEC, other standards and regulations might also apply to transformer installations. These could include local building codes, utility company requirements, and industry-specific standards. It's essential to be aware of all applicable regulations and to comply with them fully. Electrical safety is paramount. Always de-energize circuits before working on them, and use appropriate personal protective equipment, such as gloves and safety glasses. If you are not qualified to work on electrical equipment, hire a licensed electrician. The complexities of electrical systems require expert knowledge and skill. Trying to perform electrical work without proper training can be dangerous and can lead to serious injury or even death. Section 450.15 is a vital part of ensuring electrical safety in transformer installations. By understanding the requirements of this section and following proper installation practices, electrical professionals can help to prevent electrical faults, protect equipment, and save lives. It is worth reiterating the importance of staying updated with the latest edition of the NEC. Electrical codes are periodically revised to reflect advancements in technology, changes in industry practices, and lessons learned from past incidents. Using an outdated code can lead to non-compliance and potentially unsafe installations. Therefore, it's crucial to invest in training and resources to stay current with the latest code requirements. Furthermore, fostering a culture of safety within the electrical industry is essential. This includes promoting ongoing education, encouraging open communication about safety concerns, and recognizing and rewarding safe work practices. By working together, we can create a safer and more reliable electrical infrastructure for everyone. The principles outlined in section 450.15 extend beyond just transformer installations. The concept of using flexible connections to mitigate vibration and physical damage is applicable to other types of electrical equipment as well. For example, flexible conduit is often used to connect motors, generators, and other rotating equipment to the electrical system. The same considerations regarding conduit type, support, and fittings apply in these situations. In conclusion, understanding and applying section 450.15 of the NEC is crucial for ensuring the safety and reliability of transformer installations. By using flexible conduit where vibration or physical damage is likely, electrical professionals can protect equipment, prevent electrical faults, and save lives. Remember to stay updated with the latest code requirements, follow proper installation practices, and foster a culture of safety within the electrical industry. The information provided is for general guidance only and should not be considered a substitute for professional electrical advice. Always consult with a qualified electrician for specific recommendations and to ensure compliance with all applicable codes and regulations. Safe electrical practices are essential for protecting people and property. By prioritizing safety and adhering to established standards, we can create a safer and more reliable electrical infrastructure for all. Understanding how transformers function also helps in understanding the flexible conduit requirement. Transformers work by transferring electrical energy from one circuit to another through electromagnetic induction. This process involves alternating current flowing through the primary winding, creating a magnetic field that induces a voltage in the secondary winding. The core of the transformer, typically made of laminated steel, helps to concentrate the magnetic field. During operation, the core and windings of the transformer experience electromagnetic forces that cause them to vibrate. These vibrations can be transmitted to the transformer enclosure and the connected conduit system. In addition to vibrations, transformers also generate heat. The heat is produced by losses in the core and windings due to factors such as hysteresis and eddy currents. The heat must be dissipated to prevent the transformer from overheating and failing. Transformers are often equipped with cooling systems, such as fans or oil-filled radiators, to help dissipate the heat. The operation of these cooling systems can also contribute to vibrations. The primary and secondary connections of the transformer are particularly vulnerable to vibration and physical damage. These connections are typically made with terminals or lugs, which can loosen over time due to vibration. Physical damage to the connections can result from accidental impacts or from the stress of supporting heavy conduit runs. The use of flexible conduit helps to isolate the transformer connections from these stresses, preventing them from loosening or breaking. Furthermore, flexible conduit can accommodate movement or settling of the transformer enclosure without putting strain on the connections. This is particularly important in outdoor installations where the transformer may be subjected to temperature changes and ground movement. The choice of flexible conduit material depends on the specific application and the environmental conditions. Liquid-type flexible metal conduit is a popular choice because it provides excellent protection against moisture, oil, and other contaminants. However, other types of flexible conduit, such as flexible metal conduit and flexible non-metallic conduit, may be suitable for certain applications. It is important to select a conduit material that is compatible with the environment and that meets the requirements of the NEC. The installation of flexible conduit should be performed by a qualified electrician who is familiar with the NEC and with proper wiring practices. The conduit should be securely supported and properly terminated to prevent damage and to ensure a reliable electrical connection. The use of proper fittings is essential for maintaining the integrity of the conduit system and for preventing moisture from entering the enclosure. In summary, the use of flexible conduit on the primary and secondary sides of transformers is a critical safety measure that helps to protect equipment, prevent electrical faults, and ensure the reliable operation of electrical systems. By understanding the principles behind this requirement and following proper installation practices, electrical professionals can help to create a safer and more efficient electrical infrastructure.